Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on. Let's go, baby. We got trades open on the NASDAQ, trade open on Bitcoin. Can we get the bounce? Is Sammy going to get smashed or make the gains here? You're going to find out today on the Crypto Lifer Show. No days off, baby. The haters keep piling on in, and the lovers go higher than the sky. Shout out to all my lovers of life, man. God bless each and every one of you for being here. God bless each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset, and that is your time. I'll see you soon on the Crypto Lifer Show. God bless. everybody here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you. God, stop that on the law, man. Dang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. What's up? There we go. I was about to say, bang, bang, bang. They're going to scruff me up like that, man. How you going to do that? Anyway, let's take a look at what happened to this pump to the upside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Almost fell over here in the studio, but I'm all right. I'm all right. I made it through, man. God bless everybody here on the live. Let's bring that music on down. 97,730 subscribers. They're making like it impossible for me to get to 100K. I don't know why. It's like, dang. I fight every single day, time and time again. It never ends. I tell you what, man. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. You're going to have to work so hard for every single thing you've got in this life. No easy street. I'm telling you right now, there is not an easy way in or easy way out. It's not going to happen. All right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm looking for this pump to the upside on the 15-minute. They wicked it down and then wicked it back to the upside. I want to see this thing pump. I'm in the NASDAQ trade right now, too, as well. It's starting to moon. I gave you the trade earlier this morning. It's starting to moon to the upside. I like what we're seeing here. And this will be another NASDAQ trade that I'm hitting. No stop loss got hit. Let's see if we can take this puppy all the way to the upside here on the NASDAQ as they reverse price action and get us going. God bless everybody here on the live. Bang, bang, bang. We got 800 beautiful souls. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's go, baby. Just because it's the summer doesn't mean you can take a day off. I don't take days off. Everyone else that takes days off, you're going to miss some of the biggest gains of your life. This is a 24/7 market that produces an amazing opportunity, but you never know the day it's going to produce it. Saddest thing about crypto is how hard you have to work to be in it, how hard you have to be grinding every single day. It does not stop, all right? It does not stop. Yeah. 15-minute is a crazy head and shoulder. We're going to take a look at all the price action right now for you. If you want to sign up and trade where we trade, you can go to Weeks, BitTNX, or to BTCC. Check it out. MEXC, lowest fees in the game. I love MEXC. MEXC, lowest fees in the game. Sean, can you change that for MEXC today? Put the MEXC link in there for me. Can we redo the pinned comment and get rid of, put the MEXC link. Yeah, please, if you can. It's just been too long without it. Yeah. If you're hearing me, I hope you are. Okay, so the NASDAQ. I gave a trade on the NASDAQ. It's up 2.5%. Nothing crazy. We want to see if we can get further up here to 22,459. All right. I'm here every day, but hardly say anything. God bless you. Thank you for being here. 3 years every day on Badger Power Channel, only 400 subs. I'm not giving up. My son, hey, there you go, man. 3 years every day. Hey, you got to keep grinding. I mean, did you take a day off? How many days have you taken off? That's the thing. I see people say they want to grow a channel. They want to do things. They want to be like me. They meet me in Vegas. Hey, Sam, I want to grow a channel. How did you do it? I said it. I took it so seriously, I never took a day off. You know, it's like I saw another guy said he didn't get where he wanted. He's been trading for 2 years, but he's been taking the weekends off. I said, well, you take 8 days off a month that I don't. So, you know, you'll get the results that the universe is going to give you. People don't understand if you show up more than everybody else, you're going to own it. That's all. Because it's that hard to show up every day. You know how many people wanted to show up today, but they didn't? You know what I'm saying? You know how many people said, I'm going to do it every single day, 7 days a week, but they just, something happened. Their girlfriend left them, their dad died, and they just couldn't keep going, right? They had to take a day. I don't do that. I don't take a day off. My mom died, my dad died. My mom died in front of me while she was talking to me. People still do nasty things to me, which is crazy in the space. No compassion for you at all. Like, they won't care. They'll step on your heart the second they have a chance. You know, don't be surprised, man. There's a lot of closet haters out there. That's what I've learned. There's a lot of closet haters out there. All right. So let's take a look at BTC on the big picture. I see oil in a bit of a flag too. Kind of head and shoulder though, a little bearish dip. It might kind of dolphin dip here, but then maybe make one of these. and eventually still break out. Oil still looks bullish to me. We got some bullish divergence, and with the, the conflict, I don't even want to say, give into that stuff, but with the conflict and things we're seeing, possible dump for the dollar, possible big move here for oil, right? I pray for you every single day. Thank you. Shout out to everyone that prays for me. I appreciate that because I do need your prayers. It's not easy. Everyone thinks when you're the man, you're out here. It's easy. It's actually it's actually even harder. You got so much expectation, so many people watching you, so many people just kind of trying to tear you up or tear you down. And God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. So BOOKMAP suggests that we could go higher for the day. Right now, just temporarily, 106,000 is the closest area of liquidity that we could be going to. We still got the shorts up at 110,000, 109.9. So they're still there. We got a 108. Now they came down. They got to induce them again to get us higher. They got to create more short action. This says that the biggest liquidity is 110,000. Bitcoin wants to go to 110. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm just using BOOKMAP. Link in the description below. I have a link to Global Plus, and it's amazing. I use it every single day. It shows me liquidations. It shows me liquidity, and I can figure out what's happening in the market using BOOKMAP. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Is that oil trade on BTCC? Is there oil on BTCC? That's a good question. Someone got to ask Muck. I'll have my team. I think there was oil, but I don't know. Maybe it might be crude. Is it crude? Is it C? I don't know if they have oil, honestly. I don't know. Resolve is a new coin. Funny, interesting that I'm finding out about. I did some research on it this morning. Sent it to my group so they know more about it. All right, that's what this awesome trading group's about. I also do deep dives on coins throughout the week and find out what's happening in the market. And we find things early. I got into KETA when nobody knew about it at 12 cents. Look at KETA. We started researching this coin really, really early. KETA on the channel. All right, and KETA was a beautiful 12 cents. Went all the way to $176. No, $1.76. Sorry, $1.71. Coming back down to a 618 golden pocket retracement, which is actually beautiful. I just wait for those 618s, that 786 area. But what a run for KETA. And that thing did basically a 12x in about a month and a half. So we're always looking for hot coins, looking for the sauce here on the channel every single day. We're looking for this falling wedge to break back to the upside on the 15-minute. Give us some love here. We started a little dump, started a pump. Now we're sideways. Price action's finicky. Tomorrow is going to be Fed Day. So already, I usually don't trade too hard on the day before Fed Day. It can be pretty sketchy. So tomorrow is going to be Fed Day on the CME Watch tool. It gives us a 99% chance of no rate cuts. So flat. They're not, but he's going to sit there and mumble his words, play games. They're going to ask him if Trump can remove him. He's going to say that's never happened. It's going to go back and forth. There's going to be some weird conversation. He's going to look back and he's going to end the meeting pretty fast. It's going to be a bunch of nonsense. So I'll be there tomorrow to talk about it, and we'll look at the price action and see what's happening. But man, what a run-up we had yesterday. And we sold the top at 108.8 because that's the area that I figured we were going to get to, and we did. What a crazy run-up. I mean, when that candle ripped to the upside, it was amazing. Everything went our way. I sold, and then I said, everyone, let's celebrate the sell. Let's not go too hard. We don't have to just go crazy here. Let's walk away. And so it was a beautiful day, man. Really nice sell. Everything went our way. Yesterday was a perfect day of trading. Like, we started the day saying, hey, it's speculative. Looked like the falling wedge could break out. And it did. Then we got the flag, and then it just continued to rip, and it went right to the exact area, 108.8. Crazy, right? It went to 108.858, and that was it. Then it made a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, which told you to get out, and it dumped. And then it made a head and shoulder pattern here on the 1 hour time frame. It's really obvious trading here. Like, you don't have to be a genius. You just have to know your patterns. That was a head and shoulder. It told you you're going to go the length of the high, and then that's a high, a neckline. Look, you just did exactly what it was supposed to do here. BTC. Now Bitcoin struggling with another bit of a dump. Can it hang? We check my NASDAQ trade again, just sitting flat, nothing too crazy. Going back and forth. So we'll do our top-down analysis. We'll end up back here on the 15-minute time frame, and we'll show you exactly what I see happening in the markets. All right, so Bitcoin on the weekly, still a bearish div that many people are saying, hey, that's sketchy. That's bearish div on a bigger time frame. We could see a move to the downside. It's not all love, right? There's a chance. I don't know what that sound is, Lisa. Something like goes in and out. I don't know what it is, but man, so be it. Oh, I think I know what it is. That's what it is. I think I got it now. That shouldn't happen again. So we got the rising wedge, the rising price action with the falling RSI. Overbought on the stochastics. A lot of people will short that. What that's going to do, though, is create a massive short squeeze. So my thing is this. Confusing, right? Why wouldn't you short that, Sam, by now? A lot of people did, and they're up. A lot of people in the short, they've been up and down. Imagine, though, if you shorted up here, you probably got liquidated right there. A lot of people got hit off at that 1 in 10 area. So what they did, look, they created a short scenario. A lot of people shorted. They brought it down. People were in the money. Then they brought it up, and they liquidated all the shorts. As it came back down again, we got another bounce. I feel like people aren't. See, that tells me that there's not enough people to short the market. Because think, it got to get short. They all shorted. They got liquidated. It came back up. The longs. Then when it rejected, we got some shorts. Came up, got some. We might have some shorts up here, but not as much if we didn't go as low here. Because when they got low, they're able to take profits. And then this liquidated a lot of shorts. This wick definitely liquidated shorts here. So it cleaned up the shorts, and then they only had a chance to long and then come right back down. So had they not done this big wick here, just stayed flat, there would have been so much more liquidity up to the upside. They could have dragged it down, built that induction. So it tells me that they're, when I watch how they're playing with the price action, you'd have to say it looks more like they're going to bring it down than up. Just, logically. I'm not going to say that's for sure, but just logically, because they liquidated so many people here. At the same time, they did the same thing. They don't want people to be long or short. They got the whole market kind of, it's like they're going after everybody, and it's kind of crazy. So anyway, we're looking for this resistance to hold at 104.463. I've talked about it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks now straight. And again, when he comes to Sunday night, we want to make sure this candle closes above 104.460. As long as we do that, we're going to be in good shape. And you don't have to really stress. Big wickage to the downside, though. Big wickage to the upside. Very indecision doji. Craziness right now. And the weekly really doesn't give you a lot of insight. That's, just wicks everywhere. Overbought on the stochastics. Some bearish divot away from that 21-day moving average tells me that we could easily get a dump. And again, if we end up down here somewhere at 93,000, somewhere at 98.5. Again, we lose 104.4. We come to this level here where these two candles closed at 102.5. We lose that, it's 92.5. And then it's back, somewhere to about 93,000. So I'm open-minded that we could be getting a dip and we could end up down there. Anything is possible, my friends. You must always be open to what you don't believe. I'm a bull, right? I want to be purple bull. I'm Bitcoin all day. I don't like shorting. I don't like looking at the market dumping. But again, we have to make money either way. So we got to get over our bias and make it happen no matter what. If we want to be successful traders that never take a day off and we want to be able to get that money, we got to be able to trade the market both ways. I do have a bullish bias. I know I'm going to be more bullish than bearish. I know that. You should know your bias. Everyone's going to have a bias. There's no way you're going to be like perfectly in between. I don't know any trader that's exactly in between. I'm pretty open-minded, but I know I have a bullish bias. I know that about myself, right? It just is. After years of trading, you're going to find out what your bias is. And you just got to trade with that. And when you're overly bullish, you got to tell yourself, hey, this is my bullish bias. I'm going to take a day off tonight and let the market settle. So anyway, resistance there at 108.9 now. We get back, we close a weekly candle above that. We're good to go. So yeah, not much information on the weekly. We got to zoom in. We need some chunkier candles, some bigger information. The weekly's hiding. And again, I'm watching this flag. Well, the 21's curving isn't that bad. If these stochastics reset in the next, I'd say, look, it could take 50 days. It could take 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It could take 8 5-day candles, 40 days, and this won't resolve itself until somewhere by mid-July. That makes sense. The markets are usually slow on the summer, so you would expect a slower summer. It's just how it is. Last couple days have been really fun to trade, though, and there's been heavy volatility, man, right? Shout out to Rave Saw Records in the house. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I want to be a Farcoin millionaire. I see a lot of liquidations down to 102,000. Oh. The whole year has been a big liquidity hunt. I know, but it's been a blast, right? J Soul, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday with you all. Blessed day. Love you. Shout out to J Soul 84. God bless you, man. Whenever I struggled, J Soul, I took $100 to see if I could take it to 500 over and over again until I did it. Then I stayed with those habits and then started moving them with bigger money. You've got this, man. You can do this. I know you can. Just using too big of money to learn. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but a lot of people or traders, they use too much money to learn how to trade. It's very similar to this. Let's talk about it. You're learning how to drive, right? Would you get your friend's, 10-year-old Honda Civic that's had a few scratches on it, or would you drive your dad's, if you did, or would you drive an Aston Martin around town on your first time, right? Everybody, you wouldn't drive an Aston Martin your first time around town, right? You would drive another car as you learn how to drive. Very important, right? Same exact scenario when it comes to trading. Why would you drive your Aston Martin, which is your whole capital, all your money? That's everything you got. That's your nicest bag. You want to trade a small bag, a little bag, to find out if you have what it takes first. Understand? I don't know why people are driving their entire portfolio around when they're just getting started. It's insanity to me. You've got to learn a skill. It's going to take you some time. It took me 10 years. All right? Over and over again, thousands and thousands of trades. Okay? 100 days are a big deal. $100 days are a big deal as a beginner. 100%. 100%. I like what you just said. Morning Lifer. Here's a super chat coming on in from the community here from Zentience. He says a $20 super chat, which is super nice. Morning Lifer. Hope you and your family are blessed. I've been in the trading group for a while, but I forgot a lot and am completely lost now. Back to the beginner again. What do I start and who do I ask for guidance to restart? All you got to do, man, right? Number one, my class is amazing. Taking the class, really, it's $150. It really will blow your mind, and it will help you see the stream better. Like, you'll understand the stream a lot better if you take the class. However, I never want to price gouge or feel like I'm making you buy stuff. I just really think that's a great value for the money. I think I produce an amazing amount of information, and I believe for $150, I give you a deal. Like, I truly believe it. Strike me dead if, God here. Like, I believe I'm giving away this stuff for free, basically, for $150. So I would take the class. It will set you straight. I know people that have taken the class, and within a week, they start to see things better. That's the fastest way for you to get yourself going. $150, take the class, and then you're going to be able to be situated. Then you're going to be able to ask the right questions in the group. It's going to help you immensely. Immensely. It's up to you, though. You got to do whatever makes you happy. I can't force it on you, buddy. All right? If I was lost in the sauce right now, I would take that class immediately, get myself situated, find out what's happening, get myself going. All right? What is the market doing? Did it turn on me? Is it flat? 22,100 still. Now we're sitting on the NASDAQ trade still kind of right where we're at. It's a breakout, suggesting we make a continuation. We're above the 200 moving average with the 21 touching. You can see inside of a bull flag. That's it. That's what I go for when I trade. Bitcoin 105, 269. Not too bad too as well. 335. So we're starting to possibly get that bounce. The 22, looks horrible. Like it's just going to roll over there and just dump. It's almost like that's a shoulder ahead, a right shoulder. It just doesn't look amazing. It's got some descending triangle vibrations here, right? Let's be honest. Some descending triangle vibes. Look at that. And you could drop all the way down to the 50 moving average right there on the 12-hour time frame. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, but it's definitely something that could be happening. Yeah, Aero Drone's been doing damage recently. Unbelievable to see. It really, really ripping. Zentience sends another $20 super chat. Oh, I remember you now, Zentience. I remember you now. It just came back to me. Do I need a pre-learning, like reading fundamental ideas, terminology to understand the class better? Kind of like reading the book before the lecture. No, not at all. I take class from the very start all the way to the beginning. We start a trading view. We talk about fundamentals. We go over support and resistance, trend analysis. I show you everything you can learn from the charts by themselves. Then we get into patterns. Then we slowly add the indicators. And by the end, you have it all slowly given to you one step at a time. Then you just have to go and start practicing these things, looking for your divergences, drawing your patterns, and it all comes together. All right. Don't squander your last chance of this bull run to buy in the 90s. Amazing. Sam, do you see a rising wedge pattern on ETH daily chart expecting a pullback? I'll take a look at that Lift 99. We'll definitely take a look at Ethereum. Deviated from 100 to 500 after 5 years, even though I'm using 500 margin, makes gains. It also makes emotions. 100%. It's all about growing accounts slowly but surely, one step at a time for me. It's not about being a big shot. It's one, I have to be honest, I already made millions with Bitcoin. I shouldn't say it, but I did. And so now I'm just, I'm free, man. Now I get to trade. I get to trade any way I want, any day I want, however I want. If I want to trade small that day, I trade small. If I want to trade big, I trade big. I'm not fighting anything. I'm not trying to get anywhere anymore. I made it. I dang well made it. I believe that the money that I put in will take care of me for the rest of my life if I'm smart and I handle it. I worry about jealous people and stuff, but I don't worry, man. I got God in my heart and God in my life, and I believe that I'm protected by the spirits, man. I stay strapped too as well. Shout out to all my beautiful people. So the 15-minute not looking amazing. We started to get the pump. Things looked good, but now we started to slump to the downside. So let's look at our bearish scenario. That one flag looks pretty bearish to me, right? So hold on, let's zoom back out. So this trend line has to hold. We know that. Otherwise, we're dumping down to 104,384. And then if we lose that, you can see we'll come right to this spiked region here at 104.5. Not that far away from 104.5. All right. Sam, can you talk about the SPX Weekly? Looks like a cup and handle forming possible. We'll take a look at that. Thank you for asking. All right. Sammy Packet heat all day long, man. Always got to have that heat. Yeah. I ain't your average YouTube nerd, man. Straight up. I was raised in Boston, man. We don't play around. So let's take a look here. Now Boston's soft as Charmin, but when I grew up, Boston was hard. Now I don't know what happened to that city, man. I really don't. Sad, man. Hard-working Irish that used to keep that city alive, man. They got it all messed up right now. Anyway, it's really sad. I moved away from my hometown, man. Because it wasn't the same place I grew up in. Sad to say. People didn't treat you with the same respect. People didn't have that high level. And again, I'm not going to get into it because it will get me all over the place. But, man, weird. So a bit of a cup and handle, but nasty. Nasty. The 4-hour attempting to go down more. The 8-hour looks horrible. Like it wants to just absolutely crush our soul. Like the 8-hour to me is basically a shoulder here, a head, and a right shoulder. And I have to take that as a head and shoulder pattern, even though it's got a tiny shoulder there. And then that says we could dump hard and go all the way back down to like 99,000. So I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, but you got to keep this on your mind and be open for it. All right. I grew up in Brockton. Times have changed 100%, man. Too bad most retail doesn't even know what shorting is, yeah. Same thing with Brooklyn. Something with the South Bronx, where I'm from. Wow. It's the whole world, not just Boston. So crazy, right? People had decency. People used to have respect. And you know what I mean? It's wow. And then government's forcing you to do stuff. I just can't believe it. Wow, that I've never seen that type of manipulation. That's so weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 straight hours of selling? That's just weird. Like, this is strange. They turn into the regular candles into Hikanashi. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours of selling? It's bugging me out. It's making me think it's like a regime that had Bitcoin and they're trying to sell us down on it. They're trying to sell it down on us, but like too many people, I don't know what's happening. But there's a power struggle behind the scenes with the monetary system for sure. If you don't think Bitcoin is, basically there's a group of people that don't like Bitcoin because it takes away their power. 100%. It can get hairy. People disappear. You know what I mean? Just crazy stuff happens, man. So I'm looking for the reversal. Like, how much can you flatten it? Like, you're going to short it after 12 hours of selling? I mean, it's very rare I've seen a dump after that much selling. But there you go. There you have it. It looks like they could continue to dump it anyway. And I don't even see like a bearish pattern, but I am somewhat overbought there. I guess you got to look at this like this is an M pattern. A really messy M that could dump to the downside. You've got this strong bullish divergence now because price action, the RSI is moving up nicely, but price action's moving down, but it still doesn't look amazing. Is the NASDAQ trade holding up? So the NASDAQ's trading a little differently than Bitcoin now. They're both slumping around, though. I may just cut this trade off. I don't like losing, so it's better off. I took a shot. It didn't go my way. I go, it'd have to bullishly retest now at the top of this channel to get back to the upside. Bitcoin would have to bounce here. Looks like it could start a nasty drop. So, yeah, I don't see an amazing bullish move here. It looked nice for a second. We started to get some type of pump. But right now, price action looks absolutely disgusting. Sometimes I see most of the time I see market structure that makes sense and we get to trade it. Today, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't even know what that is. Look at the back and forth price action on the one. Probably better off to not trade until Fed. If I tell my beginners and people that have made good money, maybe don't even trade until the Fed day. We're back at 104,983 now. It looks like we're going to get a dump. You have to look at this like a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, kind of shoulder. That's a head and shoulder pattern. A complex head and shoulder. Looks like it's going to take right as I said that. Looks like it's going to take a dump to the down. And then boom, wow, they wicked that thing down to 104.8 in a half a second. So heavy volatility. They're going after stops. I would, yeah. And everyone says black swan event because of what's happening with the conflict. Anything can happen. Then we have also yesterday with the Tucker Carlson and the Trump thing. Such a bad move by Trump, man. He doesn't realize, and it makes me wonder, what is he thinking, man? He's not thinking clearly. Come on, man. Tucker Carlson helped that guy get in awe. He doesn't realize when Tucker got kicked off of Fox, it created a movement. People were done. They only watched Fox for Tucker, man, and then it was over. I don't think, it was pretty readable to me. I don't know. That was crazy when I saw that. I think fear there's a lot of fear for sure. But the fear is good, man. I'm going to buy more Bitcoin every time it keeps dipping here. Look, these are stop hunts. I don't know. That's a head and shoulder pattern. Doesn't look good to me, but after massive selling, I usually it's just like a massive pump. Do you long after 12 green candles? Usually not. Do you short after 12 red candles? It's got to reverse. There's got to be a reversal here coming for Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense, right? Just by pure logic. But again, the markets aren't logical. They just do what the technical analysis tells them they're going to do, right? Trump saying some wild stuff lately for sure. Yeah. No, but it just divided MAGA though, man. And there's no need. You don't need any division. MAGA doesn't need division, right? I see a move, man, I see them pumping this thing back to the upside. I don't buy this nonsense. And again, my trader instinct, you don't short 12 red candles in a row. So they're gonna, look, I see a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and a break back at least to 105.5. We'll go from there. A world financial reset is imminent. I can feel it in my 3 business financial institution pressure. Economic squeeze is crazily curly. They want to force you into debt. Crypto is the answer, 100%. Yeah. Shout out everybody here. Yeah. Go down and you will know what's going on. Oh, I already know. We already know, man. Yeah, we know. After I was investing 100%, it's just nothing. I'm not going to touch on that here. Unspoken knowledge between us all, though. Oh, yeah. 100%, brother. You said it just as you said it without saying it, and I'm 100% with you, man. You can't trust. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So go down the. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's geopolitical though. It's going to affect Bitcoin in a way because people are bullish on Bitcoin. Very associated with the movement, and so. Man, that thing could fall further to the downside. Maybe get to 104,792. And then if it loses that, you're going to 104,469. I got faith this is going to bounce. I know I'm crazy right now. Honestly, I'm going on trader instinct, which is maybe not the best. But man, multiple red candles in a row, massive wick with a stop hunt, and you're not going to flex back to the upside. It'd be pretty strange. But anyway, who knows? I see a bounce. But I could be wrong. All right. But I see a bounce, but I could be completely wrong. Man, Bitcoin. So I got stopped out of my first Bitcoin trade, $200. Makes me not want to trade for the rest of the day. Got me tight. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't like getting stopped out. I win too much. I don't want to lose. You know what I mean? I like this trade here on the 1 minute, though. I'm looking for this bounce. Today's acting like a false move Monday, though. Yesterday was beautiful. Today's the false move Monday. So weird how it goes back and forth here on the price action. I'm expecting a bounce. I just said it. Look what happened right as I said it. Why am I expecting a bounce? Multiple 12 hours of selling in a row? Come on now. It's a bit awkward. It's strange. We've sat here for years. I've watched multiple price action. I've never seen 12. Like, that's very rare. In my life, I've never seen like 12 hours straight on any asset of the world. That's a bit odd. You know, maybe we get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. It's the summer, so I need as much support as I can get, everybody. On my way to 100,000 subscribers, they're going to make it very, very hard for me. They're going to try to grind me out to stop streaming. They're going to say, hey, you know what I mean? This is mentally one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life, stream every single day. You know how many days I wake up, I'm tired, I'm beat. Sometimes me and my wife, we get in some type of small argument. Not today, you know what I mean? It's very rare because we're really good. But, things happen. You get into a rut, your trade goes down, someone's hating on you on Twitter. Next thing you know, it feels like the whole world is hating on you and you got nothing. It can happen like that for me. I can feel like that sometimes. And what I do is I listen to Jim Rohn. I ask my mom and dad for guidance. And I find peace in my heart. And I say, all I could do is what I could do every single day and never stop. That's all. And then I say, you know how hard it is for other people to keep moving, Sam? I said, if you keep moving, you'll be the answer. If you keep showing up, they're going to find strength in you. I said, don't stop. Believe in yourself. You've got this. You can do this, Sam. I got to have that pep talk with myself a couple times a week, everybody. It's not easy. If I told you this streaming thing every single day was easy, I'd be lying to you. Okay? It's one of the hardest things I've ever done it is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Being a dad, being a group leader, and being a trader and a streamer all at the same time, it's like 5 different jobs. And a CEO of the company, making sure that I work with my employees, making sure the people that are making the company work go well, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Making sure the stream stays on topic and I don't go off into some other tangents, All this is a constant battle. And it's not an easy life. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, as my dad said. So you pick a hard road, because if you pick a hard road, you'll have less competition. 100%, right? So Bitcoin, 105,230, getting the bounce as we suggested back to the top of the channel. But nothing to write home about, but at least we're holding 105,005. Pretty strong, right? Shout out to the super chats. And we got Cresco Crypto coming in there with $4.99. Looks like de-risking across the board. Controlled selling. Can you check out gold and oil? You're a legend. Shout out to Cresco Crypto. Thank you for saying that, man. God bless you. Well, oil is in a bit of a flag here. But it also looks like it's in some bearish div that could slump off. Or it had bearish div and now... So I'd like to see oil go sideways. I'd like it to complete some sideways price action here, you see? And we've been talking about oil here. I gave a call for oil just a week ago, like Friday the 13th, and it played out very nicely. Let me show you in the gain section here, because show me the charts and I'll show you the news. They actually told, the oil chart told you there was going to be an attack. You know what I mean? Stay strong. The good fight isn't easy. Love you, brother. Shout out to Reliable J, man. Thank you so much. God bless everybody that keeps pushing. And I don't drink. Some days I want to grab that booze and I just want to have a couple beers and lay back like I used to. And my mind says, what is that going to do for you? Where are you going to go? And I fight the urge and I go for a walk in nature. I ride my bike and I play with my kids and I remind myself that alcohol is never and never will be the answer. But don't you think I don't think about having a couple beers every couple of times, every here and there, a couple times a month. I'm like, man, and I almost break. And I tell myself, what will that do for me and where will that go? And I never had a huge alcohol problem. I want to make that clear. I wasn't like, maybe when I drank, it was out of control, though. I didn't really, but I didn't drink a lot. I don't know. I can't explain it. My relationship with alcohol is very strange. It wasn't good. I know that. Yeah, so oil looks interesting. Let's take a look at gold. Gold actually slumped. When Bitcoin had that pump, gold took the hit. People were like, oh, I'm selling my gold. I don't want to be in gold no more. That isn't the gold chart. We're going to go gold per ounce here. So, I see gold breaking out of a big flag. Only a matter of time. You could trade gold here on BTCC too as well. We made a gold trade this weekend. My first trade on gold in a long, long time. I traded gold for years on and off on JNUG and JDST on the New York Stock Exchange. That's how I began to trade, everyone. Trading gold. And shout out to my hater, man. I know who you are. I love when the haters reveal themselves on the low because they're so jealous of you that they have to let it out. I know who you are. You did it. I'll watch. You know who you are. I will never talk to you again for the rest of my life, and I'll make sure that no connections ever go your way. I know exactly who you are, and I know you know who you are. I'm watching you, buddy. You claim to be a community guy. You are not. You're a snake, and and I got you, man. And I know you're watching because you're obsessed. And you know who you are. And you know if I'm talking to you, you know it's you. Right? Amen. I'm watching you, buddy. Yeah, and sad, man. Because I thought you were a nice guy. But now we find out, you're not. Anyway, no one will know what I'm saying but me. But that's okay. That's for the universe to set. So the gold looks beautiful. All the way to $4,000 an ounce. Maybe even to $37.40. I like it. I would keep my stop, if I could, as deep as $31.43, because you never know. A hunt at $32.59 could happen, just blip, blip. But be careful. But look, it's a 7-to-1 risk-reward ratio there. So 100 for 540, 100 for 550 basically on gold. Target's 4,000. Says as you get there by July 4th, that will be absolutely insanity. All right. What altcoins are you still holding or sold? Big love. I never sell my altcoins, really. Once I get into something, I hold it. And I hang. It was me. Shout out to Jamie, man. Blessings are coming your way. Thank you. God bless King of Kings, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just really weird. People reveal who they are. You know what I mean? In shady ways. And it's a bit discerning, to be honest. It's really sad. Anyway, it's all good. It just, the community is not as much of a community as people claim to be community members. They claim to be supportive of all of crypto, but they're closet haters, man. They're just mad they don't have what you have, and they'll try to tear you down. Yeah. God bless everybody. He said, I know you're watching this. Man ain't playing. I know, right? Oh, they're obsessed with me. That's why. They hate me, but they watch me every day. So, anyway, I talk about the love, man. I love y'all. Let's be with my crew, man. But there's always someone lurking. So, gold looks interesting to me. You guys asked about gold and oil, and we got it done for you here on the channel. All right. Would you swing trade that gold setup? I did recently, and it played out pretty nicely. So, let's see. Let's take a look. It would be here. You would trade it here on BTCC. Gold's a bit of a hedge, right? If something crazy happens, gold will go on another bit of a pump. Bitcoin can get a pullback, gold will go on a tear, right? So let's take a look at the big picture here for gold. Was that the day chart? Yeah, so that's the 1-day chart we're in too, right? So this would take some time. Like, that's the daily. This trade will take time. Like, it could take 5 or 6 days just to fill that side and get tight inside of the zone. I like what I'm seeing. It's basically an ascending triangle with an inverted head and shoulder inside. Very bullish sign for me. The NASDAQ trade back to $7. Just a really tough day to trade. Price action just kind of floundering back and forth, not giving you any movement unless you have a massive account and you're trading like basically, second ticks here. Today would have been a very hard day to make some gains. You would have had to scalp the small time frames, right? Bitcoin holding 105,138. Still getting that bounce, but then look, it's getting this little flag here. So it got rejected by 105,260. I still see that as a bit of that cup and handle style to the upside. I'm still calling a move back to about 105,000. I don't know, 550. Nothing too crazy, but it looks like we can eventually get there. Again, I have no idea. I'm speculating on probability. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going. I know nothing but the fact of my ignorance. I want to make that really, really quick. All right? Like, anything could happen here. We don't know, right? So, What we do know is the probabilities of what is likely going to happen based on years of data, but that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. Look, this is the money printer technically right here. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I don't want to misspeak here, master friend. But that looks like you could get a 786 retracement, maybe from here with a bounce back to the upside. There's your Sammy Cup in handy. That could be the slight reversal here on the 1 minute time frame that we'd be getting for years now. Let's go look at BOOKMAP again. BOOKMAP in the description. Sign up to Global Plus. Find out more about BOOKMAP. It gives you liquidity. You could put even XRP on it. A bunch of different coins. You go to connections or configurations. Like if you clicked on this, look, you can go from, you've got Doge, DOT, Ethereum, Link, Litecoin, Sol, XRP, AVAX, Atom, and Cardano. All right. 105,000 holding. We still have massive short liquidity up to 110,000. They could be inducing those shorts, making it look bearish so they can flush the price to the upside. They've got liquidity up there. Doesn't mean we're going there for sure. And they keep flirting with 105,000. Look at that nasty dump. So the most I can lose, today I'm out of all trades right now except for the NASDAQ. I'm not liking Bitcoin. It's looking sketchy. It's not giving me, if anything, it's got a head and shoulder pattern. That just changed on us. Again, this is real time, just like watching football. We don't know what the quarterback's going to do. We don't know what's going to happen. We kind of make the decision as it happens. That looks like a short is in the money right there. Back to 104,000. Look at the way they just melted that price action. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Heavy volatility. All right. Forex Factory showing us kind of what's happening too as well. We had core retail sales this morning. Let's take a look at how that came in. So core retail sales month over month, down 3%. So retail is down. That's bearish for the economy, right? It was forecast to be up. Previous, it was at break even. So people are buying less. They can't afford it. Gas started to go up again. If gas goes up, they can't afford retail. Think about it. It makes sense. You got to start paying more for gas, more for food. You can't buy as much stuff at the store anymore. Retail sales month over month, down 0.9%. And they were previously going to forecast it at 0.5. So it's not, almost double what they forecasted. And way worse than where we were before. That's bearish. I mean, it's time for a rate cut. We need money to flow into this market at a cheaper price to get this economy back. At the same time, I told you what, they're never going to get to 2% like the way they really want to. They're going to have to keep printing money because the money supply keeps expanding and things cost more money. All right. Tomorrow, we have unemployment claims at 8:30, which are expected at 246, likely to come in hot. Like 250, 260, right? They're likely to come in higher than that. All right, that's kind of what you see, especially if you see retail sales down. If the sales are down for retail, then what happens? Well, I had 5 employees. I didn't sell as much this week. I have 4 employees now. I got to let somebody go. Retail sales go down. I'm letting somebody go. I'm a business owner. I'm telling you, my sales go down by drastic amounts. I got to figure out why. We got to fine tune the company. We got to figure out what we're spending money on. And if someone's not pulling their weight, we got to get rid of them. It just is. It's just business. Business is not about feelings. You got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Everyone I know in business is slower this year. Yeah, I was thinking it would be a top ramen bologna sandwich summer. You're funny. Sam is the man. Discover the channel while recovering from surgery 4 months. Took trading up again, and Sam is the reason. Sam is the lifer, and made me realize so much. Recover, relieve, believe. God bless you, man. Thank you. I'm happy I was able to inspire you to get moving and get pushing and to change your life. So yeah, right now, Bitcoin just looks sketchy as heck. You got to say it could likely come back down. If it gets back above the 1 minute 200 MA, fine, I'll get it long. But until then, no reason to. I love my system the way I didn't trade this way for 15 years. In the last 5 years, I perfected how I use the 200 moving average. And make sure I only get into a model that makes sense. I don't trade something that doesn't make sense to me. So all this, I don't see a model. I mean, I don't usually short a head and shoulder below the 200. That's not my thing. It's likely going to dump, but it's not my thing. I do see price action headed lower to 104,004 though. Look at that, man. They just flushed that thing down. How do I know where price is going? Price tells you where it's going. When it loses moving averages, when it makes a right shoulder, price action will tell you where it's likely going to go. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to force it. You just have to listen to the probabilities. It takes years to figure out the probabilities, but over time, you'll get it. you'll get it. Shout out to Patrick Power. This is the busiest I've been in 5 years. Amazing, right? Construction is still booming. Amazing. We need the free energy interventions to be unstoppable like Bitcoin. Well, I just bought a house and got the floors redone. So people need, people are still getting stuff done. All the boomers will go sell at the same time. Yeah, once they realize real estate is crashing. They can't sell, though, because they're all stuck in mortgages with low interest rates. And if they sell, right, they're going to have to buy another house with that money with a higher interest rate, which is going to put pressure on their lifestyle. So they're kind of holding on right now because of that. That's why another reason why I have to cut the rates, man. It will be glorious for guys on the sidelines, 100%. There'll be great prices for real estate. Start stacking your chips right now. It looks like 7 to 8 months from now, we may be able to scoop up real estate at a very, very low price. All right. Certain areas will be basically insulated. Your high-end parts of New York City, downtown proper Boston, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, stuff like high-end luxury usually doesn't take much of a hit. It takes the smallest hit. But that's why you overpay for those situations. You pay for that safety when you overpay for properties like that in those areas. I see more downside for Bitcoin, looking like it's headed down to 104,396. Not in the mood to trade today for whatever reason. After the big blast up yesterday, I just feel like taking a moment and not going too hard. Looks like I may not win this NASDAQ trade too as well. It's been struggling. Flat Toshi, we call it. Now it's down $15. And I was about to trade gold as a hedge on the daily here. So I would get out at 39.87. I would get in now with a stop loss below 32.52. And again, remember, this is my $3,000 account. We're growing. It's at $3,400 now. We want to grow to $10,000. Very small, one step at a time. So you drag this up. I don't know what's going on here. It's like frozen on me or something. Let me see. I got a new mini computer. I can't wait to try this puppy out. Bitcoin dumping hard, man. And that's why I use a stop loss. Anyone who just goes in, I'll get liquidated. Have fun doing that. Have fun getting liquidated left and right. That's not my thing. That's depressing. It doesn't feel good. It's not good for your ego, too, to constantly lose money like that. Nobody wants to lose money like that. So weird. Quantity, 1,200. I thought I dragged this over to get that. I'm confused right now. Anyway, we'll figure it out, and we'll see what the advance says. So we're going to 39.87. Stop loss is going to be at about 32.43. You could also trade PAX G, which is a pinned gold on MEXC. MEXC just has the best liquidity in the game. So let me show you, I love MEXC personally for trading big liquidity, or just I've never seen an exchange that gives me the best prices. NASDAQ getting the bounce, man. Bitcoin slumping. Bitcoin looks like it's going to head right to my target. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside for BTC. NASDAQ getting the bounce up 30, crazy. So $200 for $900 on the trade. But gold will have to make a massive move. That ain't bad. I have a small account, so you can't, that $200 is a lot of money to actually risk on that account. I'll take the trade. We'll limit in there and see if we can catch that limit order at the right time. All right. Wow, Bitcoin doing what it should do. Falling down the right, that's an inverted head and shoulder or a head and shoulder pattern to the downside. And people keep buying spot Bitcoin here, or maybe, trying to get into these positions. Man, they're flushing it to the downside for sure. I was looking for that reversal. The flag right there collapsed. That's why I never trade. See, I used to take these flags all the time and lose tons of money. Now I've learned to wait to get above the 200 moving average. I'm so anally simple here. I do the same thing over and over again. Same thing over and over again. Do not, why adjust when the probability's been figured out already? You sat here for 17 years, Sam, and played with it. You figured out the best way to trade. Why would you trade anything else? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you found a high probability ticket that's just unbelievable, you'd have to go through years and years to find another ticket like that. And by that time, you would have missed all the chances you could have taken the ticket that you decided to make, that model that I've created. So once you're in a model, like, you got to really just, unless you're going to live infinite, which I know I'm not, like, I only have so much time on this earth, I got to take the trades that make sense. Do the math efficiently to everything you do and ask yourself, like, where you stand in that position. Like, well, I make more money doing this than the other one, so why try anything different? I mean, I'm not saying don't learn anything new, but a lot of traders think they need to keep adding, and they actually subtract when they already had it. They were subtracting from how they could have made it happen, right? So, I mean, gold. For me, people buy Bitcoin at a time of war. It should be a good asset because it can help you cross borders without stress. No one will even know what you got. You can go anywhere and reset it in a new place. You can do whatever you want. So you think Bitcoin would be very bullish? War, any type of conflict, any type of issue where people had to move would be very bullish for Bitcoin, right? And honestly, war doesn't make sense to us anymore as a people. Like, we all want to, like everyone wants tourism, everyone wants capitalism. War is not good for any of that. Like, no one wants it, man. It doesn't make any sense. The human race, why can't we all stand up and just say, no, we're not doing it anymore? It's just so crazy. We have the two sides that just have, what happens is it's generational pain, right? You killed my dad and my brother and this and that, and then I got to go out, you know what I mean? It's generational pain that can't be erased. And someone eventually has to say, you know what, I don't want revenge. I just want love. Just like in The Godfather. Remember when he said enough is enough? He said, I'm done. After his son died, he was just like, he had to have a truce, right? Anyway, that's a bearish retest. See, you fell out of the neckline. You bearishly retested the neckline. It's usually a place where you'll go for more shorts to the downside. I know we took that measured move away, but the measured move at least brings you down here to about 104,390. Yeah. Bitcoin attempting to do an inverted head and shoulder here and bounce. But it already had a very strong bullish divergence of the 1 minute that it just decided it wasn't going to listen to. That tells me more downside here for Bitcoin. I hate to be the right guy calling it, but I wasn't, I was long till we couldn't get above the key area. Then once I saw that right shoulder, I knew to listen. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, as sloppy as it is, it's a complex head and shoulder. You have a shoulder here, a head, a shoulder, and a shoulder. That's your neckline, and it tells you, I mean, you could go real deep. It really says you're going to be going all the way down here to the downside. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm looking at, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. My buddy's at a jam right now. He needs 90 Venmo or he's going to be in a spa. And he's been doing a lot of favors for me, so I'm just going to hook him up real quick. I would never do this. There you go, buddy. Boat. All right, bro, you're all set. Even I'll only do for you, man, on my stream, brother. God bless everybody here on the live. I got to help out my friend, man. My friend needs me. People don't realize, too, like, they forget that I'm a live streamer and all that, right? So, look, bearish retest after you hit the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern, says you go lower. I got 104,383 for Bitcoin. And I don't see how that would help the NASDAQ. To me, I feel like the NASDAQ trade would start to slump. But the NASDAQ is holding up better than Bitcoin. It's a really, really kind of weird day, right? They seem to correlate and uncorrelate throughout the day. It's very awkward. So the NASDAQ trade, I'm keeping green. So I'm trading the NASDAQ today, cutting off the Bitcoin trade, and we're going from there. And I've been talking about this bigger flag here, right? I mean, it looks like it could break out. I like this consolidation. You see, it's tight. I don't see why it's not going to push. So I'm going all the way to 22.5. It looks like we can get there today, at least to this resistance, 22,166. So I'm trading the NASDAQ today because it's been in a better position. Bitcoin's dumping, the NASDAQ's pumping. Uncorrelated today, which is weird, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at the DXY. And gold looks like it's about to erupt. And that makes sense, right? It makes 100% sense. Gold pumps whenever there's some heavy war conflict. It just happens every time. So last time we looked at the DXY, we were looking for this thing to dump to the downside. Let's take a look. Let's reassess and see what's happening on the weekly end further. So, I mean, right off the bat, let's take a look at this thing. It's crazy because it's in an uptrend. Like, that's an uptrend, as crazy as it is. I never thought I would, and it's been an uptrend since November of 2010. But it had this beautiful flag that it decided it was done with, right? It fell out, and then it barely retested, broke down. Now what? I mean, that's a bearish retest of a previous resistance area. And you got back below it. Wouldn't be surprised if it had a little bit of a spike. It almost looks like it's going to make an inverted head and shoulder there, right? For me, though, look, bear flag. With way more of a measured move, like wick to wick. I'm like, why do I have that, microscopic? I just get so into my head, I'm in the zone there, right, while I'm doing it. It's kind of a bullish div there, too, but... So I'd be looking for this to make another bear flag, you see? Or it can continue to the downside. It could try to make an inverted head and shoulder and try to play some games here. Wow, mixed signals for Bitcoin. It could go either way yet again. Every single time it looks amazing. Like yesterday looked great. It had held above a ski level, and then they play with it again. 104,465. Bitcoin slumping right to the area we're talking about. Now it's got a bullish div there again. Can it respond to this bullish divergence? What a wacky pattern. What disgusting price action, man. Like yesterday, completely different. Beautiful price action. Everything went our way. Flags went well. 21-day moving average, right? Everything was just exactly the way it was supposed to go. Yesterday was a dream come true. I said to my neighbor, he said, how was your day? It was 4:30. I said, man, everything went well today. It did exactly. I said, if every day went well like this to the market, it would be an amazing time. I said, man, just blessings to be alive. That's a bully divvy, but they haven't really been producing any reversals. We've been getting rejected by all the supportive resistance. I tell you what, it's the head and shoulder pattern down here to 104,370. Yeah. And later on, we might get my model and we'll play it. You would never know. We don't have to, you don't have to chase. I teach you so much about price action. Know when it's garbage. Just because it's dumping doesn't mean you have to short. Just because it's pumping doesn't mean you have to long. You want to get in where you fit in the best, where the price action makes the most sense to you. Or you can assess the situation and really take it, take what you need. So right now, I see this bullish div. It's pretty strong. It's swinging up on the RSI and down on price action. But again, bullish divergence is only as strong as the previous support as resistance. So now what you want to do is you want to say, well, look at that, bounce. So you got to get back above 105. If you can't get back above 105,000 and it is psychological, expect more downside. So now what we're looking for is this to be a shoulder, some type of head, and this to be your right shoulder, and bounce back to the upside. You got to get back above 105. If not, that's a rejection. you'll go further down. So I'm more bearish than bullish. Obviously, the bulls have to get us back above key levels. There's a resistance now at 105,008. You know? Like right here, look at this major resistance here. We hit it once. We fell below it. We hit it. We hit it, right? It was chopped. And then right there, the heavy resistance. Then we could barely get above it again. The POC rejected us. And look how ugly this is. I mean, it's looking more like a descending triangle, you see? Descending triangles break to the downside 68% of the time. Actually, I'd say 90% of the time, this is going to just flush down hard. I'd be very surprised if this doesn't dump fast. All the way right back down here to about 104,196. And the NASDAQ really holding up on the trade? Like, this is crazy. The NASDAQ's pumping. The NASDAQ was pumping for a split second there, but the NASDAQ was more bullish than Bitcoin, right? Look, it's in the flag. It's breaking out. It retested, broke back out. It's getting chopped. The NASDAQ, we could just stay still inside the flag like this. So they're toying with Bitcoin's price for whatever reason, but it doesn't seem to have like everything to do with the money supply because the NASDAQ would be dumping too. It's still it's still treachery. We've been back and forth all this whole time and only up 36, so it's not been an amazing day, right? That could be, I see that as a descending triangle dumping down to 104,200. And now we got to start looking for lower ideas, and now we're getting pretty bearish because the bigger time frames are starting to get like bearish engulfing candles, and we're giving back everything we made yesterday. 108.8. That was it, huh? Unbelievable. So, wow, crucial times for Bitcoin. Not amazing. And let's forget about altcoins right now. They're just absolutely demolished yet again. And I've been telling you guys, be very careful with alts. Like, I want to post alts, talk about altcoins, but I've been very weary. I've been just looking at them and realizing that they don't got it. They just don't got it. TARS AI anything that looks good again just starts to slump. You know what I mean? TARS Proto, man, Hyperliquid, even the best coin in the game. It's been a swing traders in and out type of situation. It's got tweezer tops on the weekly now. Look at that. With some bearish div. That could be a kind of a range-bound top. It needs the entire market to breathe, right? I mean, there you go. Wow. They make us earn it because it's like it's either about to collapse or it's about to do damage. It's like constantly, every couple of days. It's been very, very difficult. That's why taking the day off is important. Like today, I'm very proud of myself to rest my mind because think about it. I'm gonna trade it 365 days a year. I'm gonna be out here in the markets, and I'm gonna hit that button every single time I go live. There's got to be a couple days where I say no. I say no, just for my own mental clarity, my own self. I just say no. And again, I don't want to say no. Like right now, all I want to do is live trade, and I have a trade open on the NASDAQ, so I guess I am still trading, right? But I'm not like 100 grand in. I'm not sitting there trying to make 5 racks. And, I'm dulling it down a little bit. I'm not overly saturated in a trade at the moment. We got to get this bounce. This could bounce. It's looking okay. But it looked better earlier for a move. Look, it had a nice pump there. And then last night, just everything got sold off. Honestly, breaking that neck, that could fall to the downside. Falling wedges break down 68% of the time, and Hyperliquid's been on a massive tear. So it could be ready for some type of bigger pullback here. So just want to put that on your radar. We had a nice pump from the bottom of this channel. We traded it back up to what, 45, 46? It was an amazing trade. We got in right here at about 40, traded up to 45. Can't beat that. All right. So, wow, 104,700 for Bitcoin. Falling further, like we said, this is a descending triangle. Looked like it was going to dump. It defied. There was no the bullish div was not strong. This is a slow bleed here for BTC. I just don't understand how the NASDAQ's not slow bleeding. I find it very odd. A weird day to be alive. And again, we have a lot of weird information going on, right? The world's kind of like not sure what's happening. I know by pure logic that these conflicts they got to be good for Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense. Everyone else reads the data and reads into all what everyone else is telling them. Close your eyes and ask yourself your own intuition. If you had to flee, If you had to go somewhere and you had to put a bunch of gold or money in your pocket, or you had to memorize a seed phrase, what would you do? You'd memorize a seed phrase, or you'd write it down, hide it in your shoe. You'd do something, give it to half your friend, and then you'd have half. I don't know what you would do, but you'd do something. You'd do something. And it would probably involve BTC. Because it would be your last resort. It would be the best thing you could do. There would be no other better way. So logically, how could that not affect the price of Bitcoin? It doesn't make any sense, right? For me, personally. Who is deciding to sell? We're back at 1044 again, where I bought Bitcoin this weekend. Unbelievable, right? The slow bleed for BTC. Let's take a look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. We're also going to look at Bitcoin dominance and total, and Tether dominance too as well. So, wow, they dumped it right. That was it right there. Rejection right there. I wish I'd opened that short. I didn't realize how much of a short it would have been. I took the day off, man. It's like every time you take the day off, it's going to be the greatest liquidity day ever. And again, just like I trade when we get above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour, you can do the same thing here. You can short when you get below the 200 moving average on the 1 hour, right? Funny. Then I sent him a picture of it, and it says it didn't go through, so it looks like I didn't do it. It's so crazy, right? On the Venmo to my buddy. So wow, look at this nasty drop. And now look, I mean, you're losing key levels. Like, you got to start thinking you're going to 3.5 trillion, and then maybe further down to $3.09 trillion. You got to pray this is some type of wick that's going to get back inside the channel. Otherwise, you're going to deal with this trend line now as resistance for a while. So, like, this has to quickly reverse. Otherwise, no. And here we are on the 1 minute. There's just not. This is, wow. Just a slow bleed all day, huh? It's not even making a bear flag. It's attempting to round. It's attempting to round. But now you're looking at the falling wedge. When a falling wedge just breaks down, it just continues to sell. So, like, that would be your target now on the smaller time frames. $3.9 trillion on 1 hour. Man, they're flushing the market. They're flushing the market. Let's take a look at Solana. Probably at 149 now, right? It's got to be 147. What a red day, man. Wow. So they beamed it up, made people think something may happen. The altcoins got that higher low. They all hung out here. Look at this. I mean, this is like... I don't use my emotions anymore. I'm completely done. I just don't care. Like, I'm done with them. Like, I swing trade every day. I stack Bitcoin, and that's it. Like, I keep my long-term holds because I've been in them for so long that why not? But everything else, man, I'm done. I'm not adding. You know, I've got what I've had with altcoins. The only thing I'm buying is more Bitcoin. That's it. Like, they've made it very clear that this is not the previous rallies. It's not the same as it used to be. You gotta have a different style. You can't do the same thing you did in the last few rallies. And then the same few people on Twitter, Alex Becker, it's about to go, it's about to go. The people that have no idea. They just keep tweeting whatever comes to their head. And I love Alex. He's a great guy, but come on, man. Like, it's not logically sane. It's going to be alt season tomorrow. Another guy I like who I've met, who I won't mention, every day talks about it's going to be the next big one. Here it comes. I have no idea, man. They could black swan us to zero. Anything could happen. Always have a stop loss. Always believe that you're in a highly speculative market, and it could turn on you in a second. People get into this market thinking, oh, it's all good. My buddy made money, so I'm guaranteed to make money. Nothing is guaranteed in trading. Nothing. Black swans affect trading, and you don't know when a black swan could happen, so why are you deciding it's all good all the time? We always have to have a contingency plan. We always have to say, what am I going to do if it doesn't go the way I thought it was going to go? What do I do now? They're making it very difficult to be the average person here. I'll be honest. I've been doing this for a long time. Because they got the average person in complete fear. And they're taking all the abilities to try to get ahead away. That's a head and shoulder on Solana. That doesn't look good to me. That tells me there's a black swan coming. Something is happening here. Like, that's telling me to be careful. 68% chance Solana goes to 123. What is happening if Solana's going to 123? That means there's a massive dump in the crypto market. So I don't know what it is, but I guess war is bad for crypto. People pay, they get scared. They don't want to be in crypto. I don't know what's going on, but it looks bearish. I got to be honest for you guys. I'm sorry. I'm painting a bear. I'm becoming a perma bear. So sad, right? But I'm just showing you what it is. And again, tomorrow things could change. We get above a key level. But right now, where we are at this present moment in time, Bitcoin is getting completely drained. That descending triangle fell off. It looks like it's going to make another flag and just continue to dump. It's not really showing signs of trying to stop this pain. I don't see the bullish div. I don't get the inverted head and shoulder. It tried it here. It made a head and shoulder instead. It made a continuation bearish pattern, not a reversal. You need reversal patterns to reverse price action. There's nothing else you could do here. So many people want to hide. They don't want to show up. Your favorite YouTuber is going to go take the day off today. Oh, I didn't know. Man, this is crazy. Is the NASDAQ still green? That's so weird. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's only $21 now. It's like flat. Absolutely nowhere. I expect this to just go sideways, though, no matter what, and take a couple days, so it's not the biggest deal in the world for me. Wow, Solana looking sketchy right now. I wouldn't touch an altcoin right now. Let's take a look at Ethereum and see what's happening with Ethereum. Man, I knew today was going to be a red day, but this is sketchy. And now we got Fed tomorrow and unemployment claims. It's just... No, we have retail sales month over month tomorrow. Wednesday. No, unemployment. I was right. Yeah, unemployment claims come in tomorrow at 8:30. And then we have the Fed meeting. Then Thursday, nothing crazy. Wow. Nasty day. Shout out to my people short in the market making massive gains of the short. I usually call out. I guess I give the short here. You took that right shoulder to the downside. You got paid. You got paid. Bitcoin has to get some type of bottoming out reversal pattern here. How many candles can you turn red like that in a row? That's insane. So weird. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum looking like it's going to dump on us. I didn't make the ETH trade yet. Long term, it looked good, but I didn't make it yet. That shoulder had right shoulder. Look at that. The bearish divergence, too. Spiked the price at 2,800. I see that as the head and shoulder, too. So, Bitcoin already dumped out of its one, but ETH didn't yet. So, Bitcoin seems to be front-running Ethereum. That says ETH goes back to 2188 and back down to the 50-day moving average. Don't ask me why. And again, maybe it dumps and it holds this level here, 2477, but I'm bearish. I am bearish right now. Charts are telling me what's likely going to happen. I'm not going to fight it. It is what it is. Yeah. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to my new channel sponsor here too, Kinesis. And I'm going to show you how you can buy and sell gold and then use gold to your advantage here. While Bitcoin's slumping and gold might be able to hold well, you might be able to find some good opportunities with my Kinesis account. I logged in yesterday. There's one thing I want to tweak and show you, but I've been using it, getting used to it, and when I have it all fine-tuned, I'm going to show you and teach you more. And you can find out more. And hit the link if you want to know how to get paid using your gold. If your gold's sitting there doing nothing, Kinesis is creating a way to produce a yield with that gold, which is pretty awesome. So I'm working with them, and I like it. Shout out to Kinesis. We appreciate it. So can we get the reversal? I'm more bearish than bullish. Nothing shows me signs of a reversal. And I know how the reversals happen. We've been having them today. Is just blood. Bloodshed. Just pure blood. So shorting the market was the key at that head and shoulder pattern. There was multiple head and shoulder patterns to tell you what to do. The first one that we saw right off the bat, I can't, right here, they did a perfect head and shoulder. That was a perfect place to get in. We lost the 200 moving average on the 1 minute. See how we haven't been back above the moving average, the 1 minute, except for right here. Then we made a rising wedge flag and dumped. So That 1 minute is so deadly. Like, for us to have any type of bullish behavior, we got to get back above the 1 minute 200 MA. This is a flush out. Wow, I see Ethereum getting a dump down to about 2,200. This is getting a bit weird, I'll be honest. Very strange. Very, very strange. Everyone says retail's not even here, so who are they sucking in? The random crypto traders like me and you that's left? Like, it's almost like they cut us to pieces and they're still cutting us to pieces. It's insanity. The perseverance in this market, I'm surprised by myself that I haven't just decided to throw the towel in. Like, this is crazy. And, you know, wow, another bear flag to the downside called out there. 103.9 is the next target. I don't know why I'm not playing. I should just be long and shorting all these. One day I decided to take a day off, man. Like, from trading, not from my actual job. I still run the trading group. I still live stream. I just did so well yesterday. I was in heavy risk. I was trading all day, you know, up and down the market. That takes a lot out of you. It really did. I was playing with big money. I could have lost huge money yesterday. I want to make it big money. It's just like, man, I got to be on it all the time. See, now my trader's like, you knew the short was coming, Sam. Why didn't you short it? You could have been paid so well right now. I might be, Sam, you can't trade every single day. And I go back and forth in my mind all the time. It's not easy, man. It's not easy being me. Or you even being you. We're all human, right? That's a dump back down to 104,000. Looking ugly cakes. Wow, they gave us down. Yeah, man, the volatility. But, you know, I gotta love the volatility. It was good price action if you shorted the market today. There was money to be made. And, you know, I did see that it was going to short. The market told me it was likely going to happen. It wasn't like it was, I didn't see it. I saw this whole move. They gave us the right shoulder and they flushed it the whole time. Then they bearishly retested it. Then they made the descending triangle. Then they made the bear flag. Like, we had it all. I wasn't off, you know. I tried the long at the very beginning. When I saw the long wasn't working, I didn't stay long. I got stopped out and I moved on. Wow, 22,088 now for the NASDAQ. Trying to get the bounce here. Attempting a bounce. Somewhat inverted head and shoulder here. I mean, I see it just kind of flagging out. And then possibly, you know, I'm not touching Bitcoin until it gets back above the 1 minute 200 moving average. That's going to take an hour or two if we are even somewhat getting the reversal. Look, there's heavy resistance right there now at about 104,445. Can't get above that key level, going sideways. And price action is just not looking great. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. And we'll get a boom somewhere up to here, 105,296 for Bitcoin. That is the Hail Mary saver. Can we get a saving grace move here? Or are we going to fill out this flag and just continue to dump? You got to love that saxophone. And I am growing a beard inadvertently. I'm just out here in the country. I haven't taken a moment to shave now in 2 weeks or something. I don't think I've shaved really. I think I shaved once since I got home from Vegas. I save money on razors, man. I don't shave a lot. I always say that. People that got to shave every day, I'm always like, I save so much money because they made razors so expensive. You know what I mean? Like they put them in the lockbox at TVS because they're so expensive. People steal them. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. Razors, the coveted. Man. I want to say something about Louis Vuitton and all those brands. It's a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean? Really, like, think about it. They trick you into buying a Louis Vuitton bag made of leather that you could outsource from Macau. You could make your own bag just as nice from scratch. Really, like, you could design it. If you decided to design a bag and you spend a design team, you could probably spend less money than a $15,000 Louis Vuitton bag and end up with a better bag. Burberry, all that stuff is a lie. That's someone making clothes, making you pay more for them than they ever were worth. It's a scam, man. Think about it. It's a scam. All that stuff. When you really think about it. I like the glasses because glasses are usually high-end. They're usually a little high-end made, but probably not. They're probably all a scam. I just, I like to wear suits, nice shirts. I don't do that name brand Burberry garbage. And shout out to anyone that does it. I'm not hating on you. It's just not my thing. My dad would slap me if I dressed like that. My dad wouldn't slap me, but you know what I mean? He'd be like, what are you doing? That doesn't represent our family legacy. We build things from the ground up. So I don't know why I was thinking about it. I was watching something about brands this morning and how they hijacked you, made you think your status is the brand. Oh, look at me. I wear this, so I'm the brand. You know what I mean? So then if you don't have the brand, you don't know who you are. So you have to have your Lamborghini or, I guess to me, a sports car, something different is different because it's actual utility. Like it's mechanical utility men have actually designed or men and women have designed, So it's got that vibe. But besides that, I mean, a pair of clothing. Yeah, I can buy a shirt for $5,000 just to prove to you that I could buy a shirt for $5,000. To make you feel little because I'm that. It's just weird to me. If you ever see me wearing Burberry, man, slap the shirt right out of me, man. Now, no violence, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I see this is a bear flag starting to form here that's just going to go lower. Until they can show us. I know how price action reverses. It's got like a shoulder, inverted head and shoulder vibe. NASDAQ still at 22,008. That trade's now negative after being back to positive again. I tell you what a crazy day. If I end up winning these trades over time, man, there we go. Finally, some type of reversal. Finally, a break above a previous resistance. That's how it starts. What? I wouldn't be surprised. Watch this. They just go, and they just wreck everybody right now. I'd buy more Bitcoin on the low. Every time it's dipping, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin to prove to you guys how much faith I have in the fear. Every time there's fear in the market, it feels sketchy. There's massive dumpage. I buy more. I buy more Bitcoin. That's what I do. I don't have fear. I don't live in fear. I go against fear by buying more. I prove to myself I'm not afraid by buying more. You see what I'm saying? I open up. I say more is coming to me. So I'm gonna add more to my wealth because I'm getting more wealth so I don't have to stress. See, I'm in tune with the universe. My actions create behavioral movement inside of vibrational frequencies. If you hold something back, it cannot multiply. When you send things out, they can multiply. When you send your money out, it multiplies. When you do things with your money, it multiplies. If you hoard your money and save it and hold it for a rainy day, it goes nowhere but to the mud. And so here we are again today, going to buy some more BTC. Another $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. I'm going to get greedy for Bitcoin while everyone else is bugging out. I'm going to get greedy for it while people are freaking out. And there's my order place right there for 145.47. And we'll see if I get filled. I want to get it now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. That's $2,000 of Bitcoin just consistently adding to my Bitcoin stack. You see how I do. And there we go. We got some more big Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin when people are bugging out, when there's fear in the market, when people say it's going to go lower, when it's over, when it looks like it's the end of the world, I buy more. And I sit pretty calmly looking for a 5-year positional outcome. You know what I mean? I don't stress the day-to-day. If you stress every single day, you're not going to be able to make it. There's got to be some long-term plans in your trading. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's what you got to do. So yeah, a little bit of bullish divvy, not amazing. The indicators, stochastics picked up on it, but it's not that strong. And we just pumped up, but now it's like, this is weak. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The bulls absolutely collapsed. It's like, I'm a bit surprised, everybody, by yesterday's pump and dump, man. It's very, like, I'm trying to make sense of this now. It doesn't make any sense to me. When I can't make sense of the market, it's probably good to walk away for a while because I'm the one guy that can see things that no one else can see. I've been doing it for a long time. If I can't see stuff, if it's looking like gibberish to me, I can only imagine what it's like to everybody else, man. This is nuts. I see a possible model here. You got to stay above that 21-day moving average right now. You lose that 21, this thing's wrapped. It's a bear flag that's going lower. So this could be the bear flag here, and it could dump from here to here. Yeah, that first target's 103.90.88, and then it could send you down to 103.632. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. You are the soldiers. You are the true ones. 1,788 people on the live. Dear Lord, thank you for the beautiful souls on my live stream. If there's any super chats that got sent I didn't answer, I will answer them. I'm going to get to the super chats. Have no fear. I got you. I got you. And let's take a look here at the fan funding. Shout out to all the awesome people coming on in. All right. You changed your opinion value. You said you were going to buy. I wasn't going to make a trade. Buying long-term Bitcoin is completely different than making a trade. Yeah, that's you're confusing a long-term. Yeah, I don't change my opinion actually at all. I always buy Bitcoin on the low. I've never changed that. I don't always trade when the days are sketchy. Yeah, learn what's going on, man. Pay attention. And I don't really even have to answer to you, but I guess I'm nice enough to do that. Yeah. I am winning 106 in the next 2 hours. Cheap Bitcoin is a luxury, 100%. Sam, you know the Bitcoin cycle. Why Bitcoin? When else have a better opportunity? I feel like influencers always contradict themselves where there's contradiction. He goes, Sam, you know the Bitcoin cycle. Why Bitcoin when alts have a better opportunity? Because I like buying more Bitcoin. I don't really care about all. See, there's two guys. One guy has a garden. One dude's obsessed with cucumbers. One dude wants to grow all the different things. One guy just likes cucumbers. He grows more. You know? Yeah. You wanted a Cadillac. A Cadillac is an actual piece of machinery. They've been making Cadillacs for years. It's a higher end car. It massages your back. A Burberry shirt does not do that for you. It's the same shirt. You get it? A shirt is a shirt. A Cadillac is actually a formation. Like they put more in the engine. You pay more for a high-end engine. You pay more for Napa leather. The leather is a high-end leather than the Tahoe or than all the Denali's. So I'm just making a point because you're trying to make it. That's not the same. Buying a Cadillac and buying Burberry are not the same. I said buying a car is not as different because cars actually, you know. Hey man, can you look at Bitcoin Cash still holding up? That's weird, right? Yeah, exactly. The U.S. Senate is set to vote on the Genius Act stablecoin bill today at 4:30. That's a big deal. I like to see that, you know, and they got to get more regulation on stablecoins. It's very important. Got to get their act together when it comes to regulating crypto at a high level so we can move it into the banking system at a mass scale, right? No need to explain to weak-minded people 100%. Yeah, the biggest flex is not material, but time. More time to be free. I've always had more time than a lot of other people. And everyone else did all these crazy things. I had my time, man. I had my time. So, peanut cotton is like a shirt from Walmart. That's for sure. 100%. If you get a nice cotton shirt, that's different. But they don't do that. Yeah. Lifer, is Arrow a good buy? I don't mind Aerodrome. Pretty hot. So here could be the bounce here for Bitcoin. And the NASDAQ, how the NASDAQ's holding up tells me there could be a bounce for Bitcoin in a way. So now this is my model, but I don't trade it because I think there's better probability above the 200. But that's a bull flag. Above the 21-day moving average, I would look for a pump here. This could be our daily bottom. I believe we have found the daily bottom here. I believe we have found the daily bottom. And this is what I do every day on the channel. From between 10 and 12, I attempt to find the daily bottom for you. Okay? So you can kind of assess the situation, see what's happening. Is the 1 hour going to make a tweezer bottom here? This could be the time for the 1 hour to make a tweezer bottom. Let me go to a different chart to not confuse you. Watch this flag. So look, we waited for Bitcoin to find some type of bottoming out. It made a shoulder, a head, a bit of a right shoulder. It wasn't pretty. Then it made a bull flag. Then it broke out the bull flag above the 21-day moving average. Okay. Now we know, okay, this is all fun and games, but you got to get back above 105,000, 104.9 to be even slightly considered a reversal. Having trusted God is far greater than materialistic things on earth. Store your treasures in heaven. God bless you, my man. Exactly. Infinity was the cheapest car I bought. I spent way too much time in the car. Can you break down what the Genius Act is in your eye and how it affects the market? That's a great question. That's a great question. It's a great question. Let me inform you guys as to exactly what's happening here with the Genius Act. And look, right as it turned green, I don't got faith in this because I will not have faith in a reversal till you get back above it. So the Genius Act, all right, is guiding and establishing national innovation for U.S. stablecoins. See, it's genius. Guiding and establishing, G&E, right, national innovation, NI, for U.S. stablecoins. Genius. That's what the Genius Act stands for. Guiding and establishing national innovation for U.S. stablecoins. It's a bipartisan U.S. Senate bill introduced to create a federal regulatory framework for stablecoins and cryptocurrency pegged to assets like the U.S. dollar to maintain stable value, okay? And it aims to integrate stablecoins into a mainstream finance while ensuring consumer protection. You need financial stability. You need national security, okay? Right? And below, what I could do is kind of, after I go over this, we can kind of do an overview of the act and its potential impact on the market, right? So its definition, if it classifies payment stablecoins as digital assets pegged to a fixed value, USD used for payments. Licensing, it establishes licensing requirements for issuers. Stablecoins with a market cap under 10 billion can be regulated at the state level, while larger issuers face federal oversight by the Federal Reserve and the Office of Comptroller. I don't like that, personally. I don't like the Federal Reserve having anything to do with the stablecoin. Like, the whole point of cryptocurrency was to get rid of the Federal Reserve and move away from them. Now they're trying to bring it in. It's a bit weird. I guess it's the system. We got to use the system to work the system, but I'm not a fan already. I'm red flagging that. For me, personally. That's kind of bearish, But anyway, that's just me. I'm not trying to be overly, but I'm just telling you how I feel about it. So look, we got a movement, but we could not get back above the resistance. That was support. Resistance right there. Nasty. So it could have been the daily bottom had we got to the 200 moving average on the 1 minute, but we did not. That's why you wait to get above the 1 minute 200 moving average. I'm giving you gold right now. All right? So the reserve requirements mandates 1-to-1 backing with liquid assets, US dollars or short-term treasuries, and monthly liquidity reports to ensure transparency and stability. Consumer protections requires issuers to prioritize stablecoin holders in bankruptcy and comply with anti-monitoring and anti-terrorism sanctions. Restriction prohibits Senate senior executive branch officials, excluding president and vice president, from issuing stablecoins during their term. Bans non-compliant foreign issuers for U.S. markets. And prevents misleading terms like the United States or USD and branding to avoid implying government backing. All right? Focuses on fiat-backed stablecoins, algorithmic stablecoins, and not directly regulated, but are subject to a treasury study to assess the risk. It may not cover stablecoins on private blockchains, potentially creating regulatory ambiguity. Aligns with international efforts like the EU's marketed crypto asset regulation, MiCA, aiming to position the U.S. as a leader in stablecoin regulation. The Genius Act could significantly reshape the crypto market with both positive and negative implications. Clear regulations could make stablecoins a trusted payment tool, encouraging banks and fintechs and merchants to adopt them. Experts predict stablecoins will predict a digital alternative to the U.S. dollar, potentially lowering transaction fees for payments and like Visa and or payment networks like Visa and MasterCard. Like it could help, right? Since 99 are USD pegged, an act could reinforce the dollar's role as the global reserve currency, especially in emerging markets where stablecoins hedge against volatile local currencies. Increased stablecoin demand could absorb up to $1.5 trillion in U.S. treasuries by 2028, strengthening U.S. debt markets. By allowing banks and non-bank entities to issue stablecoins, the act could spur innovation in payments, remittances, and decentralized finance. Experts like Christian Catali, MIT, suggest it will shift competition towards product quality and use cases, benefiting consumers. As the first federal crypto regulation, it could pave the way for broader digital asset framework, including token classification and DeFi rules. The negative impacts. Allowing state-level regulation for smaller issuers could lead to inconsistent standards, creating friction and interoperability. For example, exchanging stablecoins from different issuers may incur fees or require exchanges, complicating transactions. Some experts like Amias Gerrity suggest the bill intentionally promotes fragmentation, which would limit cross-border payment efficiency. Smaller issuers in fintech may struggle with regulatory costs, potentially leading to market consolidation favoring larger players. This could stifle innovation and create barriers for new entrants, similar to how banking regulations limited neobanks. Non-USD stablecoins face stricter scrutiny, which could reduce their U.S. market presence and entrench U.S. stablecoins like USDC and USDT. Critics like Lee Rainers warn that the stablecoin issuer holding billions in treasuries could trigger a bank run scenario where mass redemptions force bond sales, raising borrowing costs economy-wide. Wow. The act's focus on fiat-backed stablecoin leaves algorithmic stablecoins in a gray area, potentially delaying comprehensive crypto regulation. Restrictions on big tech issuing stablecoins, unless user data tracking is consent, may limit innovation for companies like Apple or Google. So in conclusion, the Genius is a landmark step towards regulating stablecoins, like boosting the legitimacy, adoption, and integration. But the risks include market fragmentation, compliance burdens, and systematic financial risks. Potential controversies, these are what we have to look for. While the market sentiment is cautiously optimistic, the act's success depends on effective enforcement, amendment resolutions, and addressing gaps like algorithmic stablecoins and daily transparency. So, I mean, it's a big deal. I'm happy that you guys asked that question, and we kind of deep dived it together. We know what's called the Genius Act. We can see how there could be some cons in regulation due to cross-border payments and different types of private and government-backed stablecoins. And it looks like there could be, some conflicts of interest in the bond market as well. So it's good, and then that makes me wonder, is this just the banking system's way to slow down crypto? Like they want to make it, you look like you're innovating, but you're not. You're just trying to actually hurt the horse. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen, but I'm open-minded to believe there is a wolf in sheep's clothing here. And then another thing I saw that got me a couple things raised red flags for me. I think we'll talk about them another time, but can Bitcoin hold this high or low? Can it start to dig on out of here? Can this be the daily bottom at 104,189? Only time will tell. Right now, I'd have to suggest this is going to go lower because the bears are in control, and we keep dumping. That would take you to about 103,600, and this would be a bear flag. Basically, it would take about, an hour to go sideways here. 21-minute candles, 20, 30, 30 to an hour, and then either you come up here and you retest and you get above that 200 moving average, or you go down to 103.6. And look at what I just saw right now. See, the 1 minute changes in a heartbeat. I just saw a right shoulder get made. That looks like it's going to dump in your face as we speak. And actually, let me get off the projection and show you what is right there in front of us. Another symmetrical triangle. These mainly dump to the downside. Symmetrical triangles are bearish. 90% of the time they're dumping. They used to be 50-50 like a couple years back, but the last 2 years, man, every time I've seen one, it's dumped. Just recently, one pumped like out of nowhere, like it's supposed to be a 50-50 shot. But these are just mainly dumping. I see this as a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. I see this as the neckline to that head and shoulder, and I see this going lower. Wow. Price action is grimy today. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. It's enough to legitimize crypto and stablecoins. That Circle IPO'd, exactly, right? 100,000 liquidated for crypto market in the past 60 minutes. 100 million, I know, right? And see, I didn't get liquidated today. I lost the trade, but I didn't get liquidated. You see what I'm saying? That's key. And we won big money yesterday, so we didn't get back anywhere near what we made yesterday. Very small percentage of the loss. We're still in the green on the NASDAQ. So the only real trade I've been committed to this whole time is the NASDAQ. Sam, I see Bitcoin Cash at a triangle for the last 4 years of the weekly. Maybe I'm wrong, but do you see the same thing? And Ethereum not looking amazing now. And Ethereum was supposed to be the big one. It was all supposed to be great. Let's look at ETHBTC. Are they slumping together, keeping Ethereum in the channel? Or are we losing, I don't know. It doesn't look amazing for ETHBTC. I got to say we're almost losing that. You got to get a bounce. The whole market has to bounce here and let ETHBTC bounce so we can breathe and the altcoins can kind of maybe get back to alt season. What it means to be liquidated lifer, first losing a trade. Losing a trade means, so say you get into this trade right now. Let me show you. So say you wanted to long this. Let's just say you wanted, I wouldn't long this, but just say someone's gonna. But say you wanted to long this and you put a stop right here. If price action hits this, it's gonna stop you out and you go 100 for 300. But say you have 5,000 in the account and you just open up the trade right here and walk away. Well, your liquidation price could be right here. And what it means is if price goes down there, it's gonna take your whole account. If you're trading cross leverage, it'll take everything in the account and you will get liquidated for the entire account. I just lose small amounts. That's it, right? Exactly. Amen. Amen. Yeah. NQ is Chop City. LOL. At least Bitcoin actually moved. I see what you're saying. Yeah, Bitcoin actually got to move. But it looks like the NASDAQ's getting ready for a pump, though, man. I like Chop City. Chop City is good, Master Friend. We could get a nice big pump later on. What the NASDAQ's telling you is it's setting up for a bigger move. Like, we may not be able to scalp it today. Like, it's not as great because the small time rate. But the bigger move is setting up pretty nicely. So we have two accounts. We have our bigger move account and we have our smaller move account. Shout out to Master Friend. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. My brother from another, helping so many people in the trading group. God bless you. Without me and you, man, we help a lot of people. I really appreciate it. As our channel grows and I continue to grow, I really appreciate it, man. I love you, brother. Thank you. I got a call. I've been away. You know what it is, everyone? My life has been super busy right now. Like right when I end, I got to go upstairs. My wife's going to be like, what are we doing? How are we going? I got to go to the hardware store. It's like, I moved into, just so you know, I moved into a new home I had never lived in about a week ago. Now, I can't believe it. On the 4th, it's now been 13 days. I've been here 2 weeks now. Time flies, man. I'll be back in Florida before I know it. And we'll be back to regular, out of the summer days, right? Master Friend is the GOAT, baby. He is, man. What a great guy. Helps everyone around him that trades. Like, if you're a trader, he'll help you. That's it, man. He's a good dude with a good soul. May God bless Master Friend, and may no negative energy surround my man. May he always stay positive, full of love, light, and happiness. God bless you, brother. He has a brand new life going on right now, too. God bless you, man. Hope everything's going well with you and yours, man. I forget sometimes, right? That's a lot, too. The first month is not easy at all, right? Shout out to all my people. I almost said it, but I don't say it, right? I gotta be, I can keep secrets, man. I'm good. I can talk a lot, but I don't say anything. My dad said, I talk a lot, but I don't say anything. Funny. So now it's trying to double bottom here. Bitcoin trying to double bottom. Again, we did not long. That was an example. See, that's why I got to be careful. People see that. Oh, he went long. I got the screenshot of it. Yo, there's so many creepy people out here, man. There's creepers out here. But you know who they are. They look like creepers, you know what I mean? A creeper looks like a creeper. You know what I'm saying, right? Master Friend is the tallest guy you'll ever see in a snowboard. That's so funny, man. Upkey trade, yeah. Don't listen to them. Amen. Need to bottom of the 4 hour. Exactly. It's a bit of a double bottom there on the 1 minute time frame. I've seen that play out many times. That could be it for today. For the reversal, you need a inverted head and shoulder, some type of bullish divergence, or a double bottom. Or you're going lower. It's a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. And it's a bit of a double bottom. If the falling wedge decides it's going to collapse, right? It's going to break down. I found this is your length. Take that to that. And that's really where you'll go. You'll drop pretty fast, too, straight out of it. Falling wedges usually don't dump. Like 1 out of 10 times they dump. When they do, they dump fast. Right? Yeah. Are you ready for tomorrow's huge dump after Jerome Powell's report? Anything could happen tomorrow. I'm open-minded, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just not trading it all tomorrow and seeing what happens. I'm with Master Friends. Sit on the sidelines, man, and just let them chew it up. I guess I'll have but the NASDAQ trade says we're going to have a bigger move in the NASDAQ. So they're going to actually, the NASDAQ says they're coming out with some type of positive news, and the NASDAQ's going to bump. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. But, we never know for sure. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Today was not an easy day to show up. Right when I woke up this morning and saw that dump, I got a nasty feeling inside. I had to tell myself, man, Sam, focus on all the things you do have. Be positive. I didn't lose tons of money. I didn't get liquidated. I just don't like seeing Bitcoin dump, man. I got to let my emotions free. But, man, it's like, how you going to pump us to 108, bring us all the way back down? I mean, I guess it's good volatility. I got to be, you know what? I got to remind myself there was days Bitcoin was flat, and I would have been begging for this movement up and down. And I could have made tons of money shorting the market today, and I could have said, hey, what are one of the days, It just happened to be a day I decided to rest my mind with the trade. So I got some exchange bonuses, free money to play with. Let's see how much I could make. Go really slow with the exchange bonuses. People get really crazy with them, and they do things they shouldn't do. Trade the exchange bonus like it's your last, man. See if you could turn that $200 into $200. See if you could take the money they gave you and turn it into something, man. That's an opportunity right there. You got to be super disciplined. You got to be super disciplined, right? Whenever I sign up to an exchange or start using an exchange, they know me. I'm the lifer. They throw me about they usually throw me about $2,000 to play on the exchange. Hey, I could turn that $2,000 into $10,000. You know what I'm saying? That's like an opportunity right there. So always go after the opportunity. If you get those bonuses, I'm telling you, be disciplined with those bonuses. Don't squander them. Well, I used to squander every bonus I had. I've done it many times. I'll be honest. Because, I'd be up on a huge trade, and I'd be like, I'll go extra hard tonight because I can just give the bonus back. And I give the bonuses back pretty fast because I was extra risky with them. Treat the bonus like it's your last, man, please. Ladies and gentlemen, men and women out there, treat that bonus like it's your last. Try to squeeze that $100 bonus into $200. Then the bonus disappears and you have your own money off that money. It's kind of cool, right? It's like you really gave you a bonus. So wow. So one more thing about the Genius Act, right? Is global competition. While the act could position the U.S. as a regulatory leader, delays or inconsistencies may drive activity to jurisdictions like EU, Singapore, or Hong Kong, which already have stablecoin framework. Unintended consequences empowering banks to use stablecoins could drain deposits from regional lenders, stressing smaller banks, conversely excluding non-financial firms like Walmart or Google, right? And that may limit competition. Interesting. Anyway, okay. Everybody, it's 12:03. We did a beautiful 2-hour show. We have 1,595 beautiful souls here on the live. I stay strong. I got a 10-year plan for Bitcoin. I'm not small-minded here. But dang, altcoins took a beatdown today. And they kind of made us they made it look, there was a little euphoria, a little bump. Ethereum was going to move. Everything looked good. And again, it's not over yet. Ethereum actually looks okay right now. ETHBTC looks okay. But ETHBTC looks all right. If ETHBTC looks all right, it tells me that the market can stabilize. And that they're both going to go back up together in the next couple of days. You see what I'm saying? If this was starting to collapse, then I'd be a little more weary. But we're above the 200 moving average. We're about to get a golden cross. A little subtle movement there. ETHBTC is telling me not to be too overly bearish. And again, remember, we bought more Bitcoin on the lows. This 104,300 area seems like a load-up point for some whale. Keeps bringing it down to this liquidity zone. So I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day in the trading group. See if I see anything else and see what's happening. Do not overtrade. Watch the price action. We made massive gains yesterday. I would not give them back. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Stay positive. Stay away from the negative people that are creeping behind your back like I have. They're not going to do anything for you. I know who you are. I'm watching you every day. You guys watch me every day, but you can't. It's so funny, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. And thank you for being with the most consistent show in all of YouTube. We haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we did it again today, but we did. Suited up, ready to rock. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. And you mean the world to me. I couldn't do this without each and every one of you showing up, dedicated to the style, to the vibration, to the energy. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the trading group. If you want to join the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com. If you want to go to any of the links, we have a pinned comment. Ooh, I didn't look at the super chat. So sorry. Let me jump back into the super chat. I just forgot. I forgot. Price actions got me flustered today. Let's take a look at the fan funding. I don't want to forget anybody here. So sorry about that. Zentian sent in super chats. We read them out loud. Thank you so much. All right. And we answered those questions. I think yep, for sure, Kurt. Looks like de-risking across the board. Controlled selling. Can you look at gold and oil? We looked at them. Thank you. Stay strong. The good fight isn't easy. Love you, brother. Thank you. Your consistency is inspiring. Warrior, not warrior. You're funny. Not warrior. Yeah, 100%. What altcoins still holding or sold? I'll go you'll find that out if you go to my weekly screen share. I'm not going to open up my whole portfolio here. Been battling a divorce and depression. Would like to be a lifer again. Apologies for any disrespect. Nah, man. You've never disrespected, Joe. I love you, brother. You're the man, dude. I felt the last time I remember you, we connected deeply. I love you, man. Have no fear, brother. Jump on in, bro. Go to cryptolifer.com and jump on in, man. We're here every single day, brother. Even if that $99 a month just makes you feel better about yourself, I'm going to push you. I'm going to put out workouts. I'm going to put out meditation videos. We're going to get you in a better state of mind, man. Depression is a state of mind. You got to get out of it. The divorce was for a reason. That woman was probably pulling you down. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what happened or how it happened. Maybe we got to change something in ourselves. Sometimes a good person leaves us because we got to change who we are. Sometimes a bad person leaves us because we can't handle it. I don't know what happened, Joe, but I'm here for you, man. And I only remember the good things, man. I don't remember anything bad, man. God bless you, brother. I love you. This is the place for you, man. Every single day, keep showing up. We're going to work your mind back to amazingness. You got to work out every day for me. You got to get off of alcohol. Alcohol will make it worse. I promise you that. It's a depressant. Most drugs will make it worse. I'm telling you right now, drugs are not the answer. We use them to get away from our feelings. But what they do is they recycle that energy back inside, and we end up lower than we were before. We only get away temporarily because we don't deal with the real vibrational energy that we need to deal with. When we're clean and sober, we deal with what's coming at us. As we do it, we compartmentalize it properly. We actually move forward. I love you all, everyone. You can, you will, you are the best. Keep pushing, keep building, and don't stop. I couldn't do it without you all. I break down in tears how much I love you all. Thank you so much for everything, everybody. Thank you for an amazing stream. I'll be back tomorrow for Fed Day. It's going to be crazy. But we've got through, we went from 9,000 to 15K, and I doubled the trading group. I don't know how we made it through those bearish times. I really don't. How did I survive when Bitcoin went down like that? Bitcoin went from 69 to 15,000, and I still streamed every day. How did I survive? We're at 105,000, all right? 104,000. Like, we're in a pretty good spot compared to that. Let's put things into perspective. We had a huge day of trading yesterday. It's just some volatility. We'll be all right. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing, awesome, positive live stream. Remember, I studied all the amazing people, most of them, a lot of them. I read a lot of books, and I listen to, I love you too, Joe. Hey, it starts with the love, man. All starts with the love, brother. I love you, brother. I love you, man. Thank you. And I really do. Like, I feel like I've connected to you on many levels on this stream. So, everyone, the secret to success, you know what it is? It's getting started. Everyone that got successful, anyone that ever did anything, they had great ideas, great plans, but what did they have to do? They had to get started. Any castle that ever got built, any, monument that ever got dedicated to something, anything anyone ever did amazing. Any invention that you know about to this day. Nikola Tesla and all the stuff he developed, right? It wasn't Marconi. It was Tesla. He did the radio, man. Marconi's, yeah. Anyway, shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. The secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start. You're just not. But you got to start to be great. You got to start. Take my class. Sign up to class today. Do something that's going to change your life. Or jump into the trading group. $99 a month. Get the education. Pay for a course, man. People are charging $3,600 for one college credit. I paid like 80 grand for college, St. John's, maybe more. I use some of that stuff. I get it, but I use way more of my trading. And I only had to pay $99 a month years ago in a trading group. So I paid way less for the knowledge that made me way more money, everybody. So I'm doing the same that was given to me. My mentor's dead now. The trading group is gone. So I had to continue a trading group and keep it moving. God bless everybody. I love you. I thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Thank you. God is the answer. Stay true. Submit to God. And all will be well. I'm telling you right now. Same time every day, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's on the top of the channel banner.